Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shannon Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology, and instructional coach for my district.
And I'm her husband and producer, Fuzz Martin, and I'm just over here experimenting with audio each and every week.
Clever.
Hello.
Hi. It's been a week.
It has been a week.
Or two.
Or two. It has been 2 weeks because of the Easter break.
Yes.
Well, welcome back.
Yay. We're here.
Good, so good to see you again.
I know. So nice to chat on a microphone with you.
Yes, you as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, it felt like spring today.
It did.
Yay.
For the first time here in Wisconsin, it hit 80 degrees today in April, but it's going to be 40 tomorrow, and it was 40 the day before that. So
yes, and Earth Day was chilly.
We'll take it when we can get it. Yes, yeah. Exactly. Yes, it was Earth Day.
Yep. And here we are.
Well, we try to make Earth Day
every day.
There you go.
Yay. And speaking of Earth Day, we are talking a little bit about some science websites this week, focused more for our elementary folk teachers out there, but anybody can use them. I find actually the second site we're going to talk about today, I use all the time in my middle school classroom, even though I think it's geared towards elementary more or less. But I mean, the middle school kids use this quick reference.
I think anything that says for kids,
right?
Middle school kids are like, that's not us.
But really, hey, it's so much easier to understand.
Right.
Yes. So yeah, as long as it's, they're learning, that's what we want them to do.
Agreed.
And explore. So Here we go. So the first site that we're going to talk about today is called Science with Me.
Science with Shanna.
Yes, but no. Science with Me.
Science with Me, M-E. Science with Me.
ScienceWithMe.com. And it's a huge collection of awesome science resources. Like you right to the page, there's cartoons everywhere, which is cool. And it's developed by a mom and dad team of professional scientists.
Okay.
And they want to pass it on to like their next generations and kids. And so that way they have built this site that is full of all kinds of awesome science materials. So it's easy navigation, like right across the top of the screen, it gives you materials. And they have divided it into collections. So between senses and joints, and this is going to be more like K-5 work.
Okay, yep.
Definitely older students can use it as reference, but I think if you use it in your classroom, it'll be like the K-5 group.
Sure.
From the different senses to like butterflies and steam engines, and they have all kinds of different things that
I have to say
they can choose from.
Earthworm is the cutest earthworm that I've ever seen. It's got a little bow on its head.
It does.
It's wearing, I think, a shirt or a backpack. It's pretty cute.
It is cute. So we'll click on that one since you brought up the earthworm. So if you click on the earthworm, what's cool is it has like an animation. It has like a little YouTube video that goes with it. Mm-hmm. You can also search their YouTube videos just directly on YouTube as well, which is cool. There's a song that then teaches you about the science behind what you're learning about.
You may have heard that accidentally in the background.
And then what's cool is they have like a coloring book that goes with it and then a sing-along storybook.
Oh, that's fun.
So as you're learning about the earthworm and all of the adorableness that goes with it, it's Esther the earthworm who loved to play all day. And it goes through and like teaches you how earthworms work.
And this is when she was told to take a rest. This is what you'd say. If I take a break from playing, it's fish bait I'll become because I'm slippery and I'm slimy. And to fish, I taste yum, yum. It's cute.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah.
And so it goes through like the whole like song and story of it. And really teaches you the science behind it. And what a fun way to learn about earthworms.
Right. Like I just learned from the lyrics that they eat through 6,000 pounds. Each earthworm eats through 6,000 pounds of soil every year.
Look, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I would have said like 25.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's super cool. So again, they have these great materials that are kind of all laid out for you as a teacher. You can pull it in. And if you're studying other science units or studying, from a different textbook or something, this is a great way to have like a song and video that kind of like ties it in, and they're super engaging, which is really fun, like a fun way to bring science in. They also have like SI units of measure, which even in 8th grade, we're always working on measurement because kids forget their different measurements and we practice it often. So again, they have like the sing along storybook that goes with it. And then you can click on it. And again, it links you to the PDF It takes you through the measurement piece. It gives you the story that goes with it and the song and the activity and all of that kind of stuff. So it's a really fun collection of resources. And if you want to learn about something, you can click on the different sections. It'll say like learn about, which is another next to the materials. And what I connected it with, I was pulling up astronomy because I was looking up different astronomy pieces. So learn about is going to have a different section than just the collections they have.
Okay.
So collections is going to be like you just saw the earthworm or senses and things like that. And then the learn about section, there are different science topics. So animals, astronomy, chemistry, physics, famous scientists, which is cool if kids are doing reports. You can click on famous scientists and then they will like learn about Isaac Newton. You can click on that. And this is where the older kid piece comes in. If you want to have them research and identify different things about a famous scientist, this is a great safe site that you can send kids to that's going to have the information that they're looking for already laid out without a bunch of an extra, I guess, when younger students are researching or doing an inquiry, they need kind of more information, easier to absorb versus having too much going on and then they have to sort through that information.
Sure.
So again, they've got famous scientists. They can learn about Einstein. They can learn about all kinds of stuff. Nutrition, which our kids need to review more often, less chips.
Yeah.
More.
Actually, here's one that's really relative to our house. What is yeast?
Yes, because we have a new sourdough starter.
Yes.
Starting.
Their name is Share and Sour.
Yes.
Share and Sour. And we're growing some more sourdough, even though we're no longer in like the full lockdown and we were doing the sourdough.
I don't know if we
thing.
talked about the sourdough thing like ages ago.
Yeah.
We've once had a sourdough named Wilson living in our house.
Yes. And then Wilson, we
lived through the pandemic with us. And then we got over sourdough bread.
We were eating too much bread and
we
it was showing. So then we went keto for a little bit. I did.
You did.
Yeah.
I tried to walk more and here we are. Not COVID and probably don't need the bread, but
I wouldn't say not COVID. I'd say
like not
lockdown.
Lockdown.
COVID.
Yes, absolutely. And so now Sharon is share. She's
sharing some space on her countertop. Am I right?
Is living with us.
But they've got a whole,
yeast. Yes.
Science with Me has a whole, what is yeast section.
And where is that under?
It is under Learn About.
Okay.
And then you go down to, what is yeast? Actually, you go to Happy Kids.
Okay.
And then you go to...
Yeah, because there's a little girl meditating on that one. So
exactly.
I wouldn't guess that yeast was in that
category. You would have thought it was in nutrition maybe.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's in Happy Kids.
Cool.
And then, they talk about...
that's
is yeast
fun.
A plant, a chemical, a strange little animal that lives in your food? Read on to find out. And then they got this one little part that says, yeast knows how to partay. And
love it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Nice.
So a little bit like, they've got some like fun little edgy cartoons.
Yeah.
That teach you about yeast. It's pretty fun.
Awesome. Yeah. So to me, it's an easy to navigate site. Younger students, you can definitely build this stuff into your classroom very easily for quick science lessons. I know a lot of times there's a lot of reading and math in our like K2, K3, K4 classrooms where it's hard to squeeze in all the science and social studies stuff. So these are an easy way to build those things right into your lessons. I will say there are quite a few ads kind of that pop up. But as far as I have seen, all of the ads are okay.
Yeah.
They are like educated related or like
correct.
other links
the content
and stuff.
of the ads has been okay. There was one ad that popped up over the screen that you had to click the close button. So if you have some students who may be lower on the or more in beginner stages of reading, you may have to help them close those out.
Or just warn them. Or like with that stuff, even you could use just the videos and things like that if kids don't have to navigate.
Yeah. And I'm totally underestimating kids because our young one can find the close word and she's a first grader. So
she can run a Chromebook faster than most.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
cool. So
programming.
We do. So Science with Me, great set of resources. Again, under materials, there's a bunch of collections. Under Learn About, there's a bunch of different individual topics you can use in your classroom. Older kids can definitely use this as a research point or a touch point for them for research. And it's fun. I like all the cartoons and it's easy to navigate and very engaging. I think kids will have fun kind of digging around. And as a teacher, it's fun. They're cute. The songs are cute.
Yeah.
You can sing one if you know. Okay.
Not
no, today.
I mean, maybe, but
not
we have
today.
to edit it out. Yeah. Copyright. I don't want to.
Right. Exactly.
Don't want to pay the license fee.
Mm-hmm, understandable. Oh my goodness. So the second site we're talking about today is actually a go-to site for everything ever.
Okay.
I put it into
Google. I'm just kidding.
I put it into the elementary science, because it's very easy to tie science into the site.
Okay.
But my students that have covered social studies for how many years now, my middle schoolers use it all the time because they know it's a fast, easy site with a ton of facts.
Okay.
So if you go to Ducksters, and I can't believe I've never talked about it on a podcast. Ducksters is like go-to, like bread and butter. You got a 10-minute inquiry to crank out and find something, learn something new about something that interests you. So ducksters.com. Today I pulled up astronomy because I was like, let's see what we got. Astronomy. Cool. Type it in. What I want. Planet Earth. Moons, mass, diameter, year, day, temperature, distance from the sun, type of planet. Gives me easy to read paragraphs. How the Earth is different from other planets. Geography of the Earth. Composition of the Earth. Here's a little graphic that shows me how the Earth's crust, mantle, outer core, and inner core is put together. And then the Earth's moon. Fun facts. Activities. Boom.
Boom.
And at the bottom of the page, it says more on astronomy. Here's your list. Solar system, sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, universe, stars, galaxies, black holes, asteroids. Again, I could go on forever. And every one of those links to another Ducksters page that tells you exactly all the same information about one of those pages.
Also, on some of them, they have a quiz.
Yes.
And on some of them, they have a recorded version. So if you have those who are sight impaired, that they can listen to it. Mm-hmm. So, or you can just play it for the class and
you could
walk away. Yeah.
There's so many Ducksters, to me, like the website does not lend itself to this is gonna be a super, I don't know. There's ducks on top of the screen. It doesn't this is a fantastic research engine for your students. There's ducks. And my kids know I'm like Ducksters. They know what to do.
Yep.
But if you didn't know about Ducksters, I don't know if you'd know what a huge resource of information this is. So give me a topic. We're going to see if we can find it.
Oh, all right. We're going to go,
history, biographies,
World War
geography.
II.
Oh,
no,
that's too easy.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see.
You're going to challenge me. World War II. I'll tell you.
No. You want to go?
Kids,
you want to get challenged?
Allied powers, Axis powers, causes.
Miranda rights. I challenge you too hard. Okay.
I'll try. I don't know if I'm going to find anything in that, but
okay.
See.
Find out.
Miranda rights. Well, it comes up with advertisements first.
Okay.
U.S. government for kids, the Fifth Amendment. U.S. government, Fifth Amendment from the Constitution. No person shall answer to the Capitol. Yep.
It's got
Grand jury.
Yep.
Double jeopardy, taking the Fifth. Miranda warning, due process, eminent domain. Interesting facts about the Fifth Amendment. Activities. Oh, and then you can listen to the recorded reading of this page and take a quiz.
And
Boom.
you want something really slick for your kids, and maybe you don't want them to know this, but maybe you do. It probably would help them. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, all the way down.
Yeah.
The link above the copyright line says cite this page.
Yeah.
If you click on that, it brings
MLA
up
format
MLA and APA citations.
Ta-da.
And you can your kids can copy and paste that into their footnotes.
Google does that for you now too. So
what?
Yeah. So the kids can do that, but I'm just saying it's such an easy, yes, they can cite their sources appropriately. And then it also gives you all of the sources on topics on the bottom. So we just got so since you said Miranda rights, it gave us all the government topics, branches of government, Constitution, all of the different amendments, the overview of democracy and checks and balances and interest groups and all that kind of stuff, elections, how that process works. And then if you scroll down, it gives you U.S. history, Native Americans, colonial America. And that covers world history, Middle Ages, Rome, Aztecs, the French Revolution, games, math games, word puzzles. This site has so many things. And then they have fun stuff on arts and crafts and holidays and movies and music and sports trivia.
Yeah, it's cool. The one thing I would recommend is when you search. So I type in Monet.
Mm-hmm.
When you type that in, the first 4 results are going to be ads.
Yes. They
So
have to go to the Ducksters section. That's a good
so you
note.
gotta scroll down below those first four. And I'm sure that just like Science with Me, there are a lot of ads on the site.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you click on them, that's how they get paid, which that's how they make it free, right?
Right.
But just know that those first four in the search results are always going to be ads. Maybe
Usually.
Usually.
Like I just pulled up Rosa Parks and the first two were advertisements and everything else. So that you teach the kids to know that when it'll say biography, Rosa Parks for kids, it says Ducksters on the links that they want to click. And the ads
have a little box that say ad next to them.
Yeah.
Next to the link.
So you kind of just teach them how to do that.
Yeah. Like you know what? Your kids Frank know that more than you do.
And what's good is, so that's the search bar. But if you pull a link from the bottom of a previous page, like I went to Anne Frank right now, I'm now going to click on Susan B. Anthony. If you're going from Duckster's page to Duckster's page, that ad search isn't there.
Sure.
So it will only show up if you search in their search bar, just as a thing. But Ducksters, I rarely have a problem finding what I need or getting the kids at least started in the right direction with what they need to learn. And again, if you're supporting inquiry in your classroom and you're having kids either do inquiry on just things they want to learn about, or if it's content specific inquiry, this is a great starting point for them to kind of know what else they should kind of dig into.
Yeah.
So Ducksters, folks.
Ducksters.
Check it out.
You can search for it on DuckDuckGo. No?
No?
Okay.
Ducksters. Yeah. On that note, hooray, episode 119, folks.
Nice.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter @SmartNWI. And if you want to get more information on the links in the technology discussed in this episode, you can visit smartandwi.com or find me on Facebook. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/smartandwi or visit smartandwi.com and click on that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help this show going. New episodes each week. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shannon Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed in this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we hope they do. And we'll talk to you next time on the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast.